Oh hey, it's Kelly from Blast Mobile Fitness. This is your bonus workout for the week. If you have been following us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, then you have seen that we've loaded up a whole bunch of videos for you this week, and this is your bonus for the week. So, we have given you 7 workouts for 7 days. So you can either work out every day, you can opt to not work out every day, you can even do a couple days where you do 2 days and then have a rest day.
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea. Anyway, we have one of our fun new formats that we created last session for the blasters here in the studio, and we call this workout the F word. There's a lot of F words in fitness, some of which I can say on camera and some of which I just say, you know, in the privacy of my own home.
Or I can bleep you out.
You can bleep me out, you can always do that. But this F word workout is functional training. This is training that, from my perspective as a personal trainer and a group exercise instructor, I like to coach this stuff to be done slowly, to be done mindfully, to be done with focus, in hopes to improve as you get more of this experience under your belt. You should see this functional stuff change, and you'll get better not only in how you perform, but how much load you can push in these movements as well. So I'm going to quickly go over the format and tell you how you're going to do this, and then I'm going to demo some of the movements, and then AO is going to demo some of the movements also. So it is going to be as many reps as possible. I'm going to leave it up to you as to how much rest you need in between these reps. So maybe you go into the workout and you decide you're going to do 5 reps of each and then rest. Maybe you decide you're going to do 10 reps of each and rest. Maybe you're going to decide to go in and do as many as you feel like you can do before you take any rest. Really, it's up to you. How heavy you lift on these will probably dictate how many reps you can do before you have to take a break. So, depending on what's at your disposal, you might have a heavy set of dumbbells and you need to do less reps, or you might have a light set and have to do more. But all you need for this workout is a mat and some dumbbells, and you are good to go. You're going to set 6 minutes on your timer for each exercise. So, you're going to try to get sets of 12 if I'm giving a generalization, but again, it really depends on the weight you select. So we're going to try to do 6 minutes for each one. You've got 8 exercises here, so you can expect this workout to last you over an hour. So for those of you that are in a time crunch and need to break it up, you can always do half of the workout and then do the other half another day, or perhaps if you've got some time in the morning and then again some time in the evening, just split it up that way. You're going to warm up. I've got the warm up listed for you on the graphic, so please refer to that warm up before you get started. We've got Turkish get-ups, overhead squat, overhead walking lunges, and dumbbell swing through for the first set of 4 exercises. Remember, we're going to try to do sets of 12 if you can. This is a generalization one more time. If you've got a heavier weight, you can feel free to go lower on your reps, like 6 or 8. If you've got a lighter dumbbell and you want to try to do 15, I really wouldn't try to do more than 15 per exercise at one time, unless you're going really slow and you're just trying to use up your 6 minutes. So my little kind of reminders on the graphic is be specific, don't rush, connect, and see yourself improve. On the Turkish get-ups, I'm going to go over the form as well as everything else. If you have a kettlebell and you wanted to use the kettlebell instead of a dumbbell for your swing throughs, then obviously, please by all means go ahead and use that. That'd be a standard kettlebell swing versus calling it a dumbbell swing through. All right, and then on the second set where AO is going to demonstrate, we've got a dumbbell snatch, a plank heave, a renegade row to press, and a single arm swing through with the dumbbell. That's going to be one that's going to be cool. You might be able to lower the reps with that one because you're only using one arm. All right, so with Turkish get-up, so I'm going to go over this movement. I'm gonna do this without weight in my hands so that you really can watch me. If you are not versed at doing this movement, I would highly suggest that you do it with no weight and don't even bother putting a dumbbell in your hand on this one, because it is a coordination of effort in lots of different movements here. So with the Turkish get up, you're gonna lie on your back and you're gonna punch one arm to the ceiling. Now, if you did decide to put a weight in your hand, it would be in the hand that's lifted to the ceiling. I'm going to really punch and lift my shoulder up off the ground. With this punch, I'm engaging the chest and I'm opening up the shoulder blade here. I'm going to do a crunch, keeping my hand nice and flush to the ground. I'm going to punch up and do a crunch to my forearm, keeping everything nice and tight. This stays punched to the ceiling. I'm going to push my hand into the floor and lift myself up. Pike my hip nice and high, keeping this lifted to the ceiling. Swing the leg all the way through. From here, I'm going to do a side crunch and come up to a kneeling position. The whole time my hand is lifted, the dumbbell is over my head, or whatever weight you choose if you choose so. Then from here, come right up into a lost my balance, standing position. From here, we're going to go back in reverse down to the mat. So back to a kneeling, side crunch to the hand, swing the back leg through. Can you fix that back here? Yep. Put your hip down. Go back to your forearm and then down to your back here. That is the Turkish get-up. Listen, y'all, things happen. We're not going to edit the video. You saw what you needed to see. It just takes more time and less effort and more effort and less time, and we're not doing it again. So that was your Turkish get-up.
I think that was a great Turkish get-up.
And we're moving into overhead squat.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Overhead squat, exactly what it sounds like. Dumbbell overhead, sit down into your squat, and press straight up. Walking overhead lunge. You may keep the dumbbell in both hands and do walking lunges. If you would like to amplify this, you can put it in one hand, and then as you turn around and go back the other way, you can switch hands.
And then finally, you'll do dumbbell swing through, or the kettlebell if you have it.
If you have a kettlebell, use it. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use your dumbbell just the same. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that as I swing through, I'm hinging, I'm loading the hips, and popping up, like so. That's your 4. Set your timer for 6 minutes. Do as many reps as possible for those 4 exercises. Then take a break and get ready for your second set.
All right, on the second set, you will have your dumbbell.
What do you need? Oh, your
Dumbbell snatch.
Oh, yeah.
So here you are.
Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, so for the snatch, you want to make sure that your feet are nice and wide, shoulders are down and back. I like to put one arm out. You can also put one hand behind, but in that snatch, you're driving the energy down and driving it straight up to the ceiling. So I like to think about taking this dumbbell and wanting to go straight up into the ceiling or into the sky if you're outside on a beautiful day. So keeping the chest out, you're here, going as low as you can. I have the range of motion to be able to tap that dumbbell on the floor, but it's one fluid movement here. A lot of times we see a clean to a press happen. We don't want that here, y'all. Keep the chest out, here, and driving that force all the way up, keeping that bicep close to the ear as well. So again, going straight up with the force.
Good, now we're taking it to the mat for a very interesting core exercise that's pretty functional. We call it a plank heave. So where this exercise goes wrong sometimes is in the hips. And we see clients that will shimmy their hips side to side. Your goal is to keep your hips square. So as you move the dumbbell, you're reaching underneath and bringing the dumbbell to the side that you're reaching with. So as she reaches with her left hand, she pulls the dumbbell to the left side, reaches under with the right hand and pulls it to the right side. Amy, tell them about how that feels to keep your hips square.
It's super difficult.
Yeah.
I'm shaking. So what you can do here too is you can take those feet a little bit wider,
Yes.
right? That gives you a stronger base to stay planted with. But you really have to keep everything nice and tight and really focus on the movement. Again, this is functional, y'all.
Right, so go slow. Don't stress so much
Right.
over that suggestion for 12 reps.
Right.
Do your thing. I'd rather see you, and I know she would rather see you, do less of them and do them spot on than anything else.
Right.
Those of you that are members in the studio or that follow us and have heard our videos before, you know that we are all about proper form, above anything so that you stay safe. And the next one up is a Renegade Row to press. We like to suggest that your feet don't stay on your mat here. So you can either turn or just walk yourself back a little bit so that your feet don't get caught up in that sticky mat, because we have to have a rotation on the feet in order to do this correctly.
So what you're going to do is you'll assume that plank position, and you can have your feet wide as well, because in that movement you're going to pull the dumbbell up, and then you're going to turn and you're going to press that dumbbell to the ceiling. Notice my feet, they are pivoting. So you pull first, and then you turn to that press.
And listen, she's using a lot of upper back here to stabilize the dumbbell. If you can't stabilize this, you need to put the dumbbell down and just do it with your hands. It is really important, because if you don't stabilize the dumbbell and it goes behind the line of your back, it can be really bad on your shoulder and on your spine. We want to make sure that you're able to stabilize the weight that you select. So give it a try, and if it's very wobbly and weird, I want you to leave that dumbbell on the ground.
Absolutely.
Good, and last one out is a single arm dumbbell swing through. Same exact movement, except she's only using one hand at a time.
And so remembering in the double hand swing through, same concept, keeping the chest out. You're going to hinge at the hips, and you're going to thrust those hips up. So from the straight, so again, knees are soft, hinging and thrusting all the way up. Inhale and exhale.
And that is it, you guys. That is it for functional. I can tell you that 6 minutes of doing those movements gets you mentally fatigued as well as physically fatigued. I want you to really think about all the things that are engaged and how you're moving through the set. Again, we suggest you do sets of 12, but that's kind of a general statement, assuming that everyone has fairly light dumbbells at home. If you want to go heavier, do less reps. If you want to go lighter, you can do more reps. It's totally up to you. Good? Give me 5.
Good.
That's 7 workouts for you this week. You guys, if you have questions or comments about any of the workouts, feel free to check us out on our Facebook page and shoot us a question. You can send it. You can also comment in the comment section on the YouTube videos. We thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for liking us on Facebook and following us on Instagram. Stay home, stay safe, stay strong, and stay blasty. Bye, y'all. Peace.